guys, my name is B and today I'm going to talk about 19 players that might get traded before the trade deadline. So without further ado, let's start. First one on the list is DeAndre Jordan from Los Angeles Clippers. When Clippers lost Chris Paul, they tried to stay competitive by acquiring a number of quality players, but it did not work out so good so far. Mostly injuries contribute to that. I believe that they will make the playoff, but they seem to be stuck in a zone where they cannot contend for a title. So should they trade DeAndre? The first and the only question you have to answer is, can you get a better player for 23 million per year? He has one more year on his contract besides this one, but his trade value will drop significantly next year. On the other hand, Montrezl Harrell has been playing great lately, and it seems that he has developed some chemistry with Milos Teodosic, who is Clippers' first point guard. Harrell is smaller, faster, but he has some offensive game. After all, as I said, it all depends on the question: do you value DeAndre Jordan 23 million? I don't, which is my personal preference. So if I was the general manager of Los Angeles Clippers, I would trade him for first round pick, and that scenario is like. The second player on this list is Lou Williams. Sweet Lou is having a year of his life and he's in the last year of his contract, so Lou is definitely trying to get paid. He's scoring 22 per game by coming off the bench, and there is no team that wouldn't like such a dangerous player off the bench. He's getting paid just 7 million a season, so I wouldn't be surprised if Celtics try to get him because they actually got some additional cap space after Hayward's injury, but that would be more like a rent for this year because they won't have the salary cap to sign him next season. Last season, he was posting great numbers, so Lakers decided to trade him in order to get something while his trade value was high, and I can definitely see Clippers doing the same thing. Paul George. Well, the big three isn't working out, and Paul George is not the one to blame. His form dropped lately, and I believe that is because he's losing patience. He's not happy with his role. I don't see him resigning with OKC. He decided to leave Indiana last year because he wanted to contend, and OKC is not going to be able to do that. Carmelo is having a bad year as well. To be honest, most of the players that left OKC play better without Westbrook, because I believe that Russ is trying to do too much and he's not even trying to play off ball, to be honest. Players like Oladipo, Sabonis and even Kanter are having an amazing year compared to the one they had in OKC. DeMarcus Cousins. Can Pelicans build a contender around Cousins and Davis? I don't think so. Cousins already said that he wants to win, and I can already imagine him in Wizard jersey. He would love to play with John Wall, and he mentioned that a few times. He's in the last year of his contract, and I can't see him resigning, but on the other hand, not many teams are willing to trade and bet losing him next season, so he might stay. Marc Gasol. Marc is 32, and Memphis is not a playoff team anymore. Actually, Grizzlies are no way near playoff. Gasol is a player that is good enough, that should compete for a title, and Grizzlies are just not there. It seems like a logical decision, it makes sense. If I was a Grizzlies GM, I would trade Marc and Mike Conley and start all over. Tyreke Evans. Tyreke Evans finally developed a jump shot and he's having a year of his life. His trade value is high and he will be way out of his prime until Memphis becomes a decent team again. As I mentioned before, Grizzlies should go all into rebuilding mode and get something for Tyreke while his trade value is high. They should tank and get as many draft picks as possible. Derek Favors. Favors is a good player overall, but is he better than Rudy Gobert? Gobert is basically a perfect 5 for modern NBA, and you can't play them at the same time because that would totally kill the spacing. Maybe you could play them in the 90s, but today is totally different era. Favors is also too good of a player to be happy by playing less than 20 minutes per game, so it would just be the best for both sides to trade him and try get a stretch 4. Mirotic or Ilyasova are good solutions. George Hill. Rumors say that he was offered 4-year $88 million from the Jazz and he refused because his agent convinced him that the Kings will be a playoff team. He should get a MNPY, which is the Most Naive Player of the Year award. Hill seems unhappy because he wants his team to be on a playoff spot and the Kings should give more minutes to De'Aaron Fox. The best solution will be to trade Hill for a first-round pick, sign a solid veteran that would be happy to play 10-15 minutes per game, and help De'Aaron Fox improve his game. Overall, Hill is too good of a player and too young of a player to play for the Kings and accept a role as a veteran. Nikola Mirotic. The Bulls started the year without Mirotic with 3-20 record, but since Nikola returned from injury, they are 12-7. Mirotic has been playing great and he is a very needed player in today's era. He's a stretch 4, he is mobile and he's a decent defender. This year he's averaging 17 points per game and playing just 25 minutes per game. He seems like a better version of Ryan Anderson right now. He's not helping Bulls lose, and they should because the draft class seems promising. Bulls can trade him now because they're a couple of years far from being a contender, and at that time he's going to be out of his prime, and right now his trade value is at its highest. Robin Lopez. I'll be really short in this one. Robin Lopez is a center that can rebound and defend, sounds like a piece for any team. If Bulls decide to go all in tank mode, they should trade Robin Lopez and maybe get a late first round pick for him. Nerlens Noel. He'll also be as quick as possible. He's not getting the minutes he wants. Mavs are not happy with him. He is not happy. No one is happy. Trade seems just like the best solution for every side. Julius Randle. He's in the last year of his contract and Lakers probably won't resign him because he will ask too much money and they will try to sign a superstar like Paul George or LeBron James and the rest of the crew. I can see them trading him and getting at least something because there will be more teams ready to pay Julius Randle more than Lakers and they can end up with nothing. I wouldn't be surprised if Brooklyn Nets trying to sign him. Jordan Clarkson. It's basically same like Julius Randle. Lakers want to save some cash and they would probably like to trade him for something. Tyson Chandler. Phoenix Suns already have Alex Len, who needs more playing time in order to develop, and Chandler might want to contend for a championship. I don't see any reason why he should stay on Phoenix. I mean, they already have a young guy with nice potential and he's not getting enough minutes because Tyson Chandler plays in his position and Phoenix is no way near being a solid team, so they should just trade Chandler, save up some cap space, and maybe get something out of for him. Kenneth Faried. He's not happy and he said that numerous times, and Nuggets don't plan to play him. It is a shame a bit since Faried and Jokic developed some nice chemistry. They should trade him in order to get something. Manimal is a decent player, he's very limited. He's very mobile, but he doesn't seem strong enough to defend centers or to play on a center position, and he has no range to play power forward in modern era. Would any team be interested in trading for Kenneth Faried? I don't know, maybe some general manager thinks that he can play a center. Ersan Ilyasova. He's a great stretch 4 and he has a small contract that is expiring this season. He's getting paid just $6 million and he will definitely ask for more at the end of this year. Are in rebuilding mode and they should trade for him to get a draft piece because probably they won't be able to resign him and they don't need him. He's too good for them now. Big guy that shoots 40% from 3 and is shooting 4 threes per game would fit in any team in modern era. Marco Bellinelli. This is really simple. His contract is expiring at the end of this season, so Hawks should trade him and get something. As I mentioned basically like 20 times during this video, shooters are very viable in modern NBA, and Marco Bellinelli is a great shooter. And last but not the least, I have Emmanuel Mudiay on this list. When the Nuggets drafted him, they expected him to become their starting point guard, but it turned out that he could never improve his shooting and playmaking skills. He doesn't fit their system because they are trying to surround Jokic with great shooters and spread the floor, and Mudiay surely isn't one. So those were 18 players that I believe that might get traded at the end of the trade line. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and click on the bell next to my name for notifications. Wish you a great one, and bye!